From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV at the bar at Tommy Max. We got a lot of business to get to, technology, media, some kitchens, and our old friend JD is back as well. Brought to you by our good friends at truckcrashlaw.com and The Carpet Man. Let's welcome in the panel. Rob Bauman is here from True Choice Technology. All right,
Tom.
Rob, how you doing, man?
I'm great. How about you?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us about True Choice and what you guys are doing.
So as a 15-year-old company, we are focusing on customer experience,
Okay.
which entails many different things from internet access to unified communications, platforms, cybersecurity,
Okay.
anything that goes into making your customer interact with you easier, better.
Okay.
Maybe it's an internal employee that needs something changed to make that customer experience better.
Okay.
And one of the exciting things that we have going on these days is electronic vehicle charging. So
Okay.
the market today is 4% of vehicles. That should be 50% in the next 7 or 8 years.
Wow.
So right now is a perfect opportunity for businesses to consider putting in these charging stations,
Okay.
making it a revenue generation spot for them. So
50% in 7, 8 years. We'll
Yeah,
be
actually,
watching.
you see the Wawa down the street with
Yeah.
a dozen Teslas
Yeah,
sitting
they
there
do.
charging at any time.
Yeah,
so
that's unbelievable.
It's coming. You're
No
right.
doubt
Yeah.
about it. Well, great to have you on the show, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Jeff is here. Hey, Jeff from Greystone Kitchens. Jeff Martin. You come from a background of, I don't know, entrepreneurs, I would say, right in the appliance business and whatnot. And then you got into, kitchen counters, and now you're doing full kitchens. Tell us about Greystone. What you
Yeah, I moved to Jacksonville in 1997 and moved the family appliance business here. So Martin Appliance has been here since then. And then about 17 years ago, added granite countertops to what we offered and did. And that just instantly led to cabinets and then interior alterations. So
Okay.
just created Greystone Kitchens to kind of communicate what we do. And we take on kitchen and bathroom models, primarily really specialized there. We're cabinet dealers, appliance dealers.
Okay.
I have a granite fabrication shop, so we're well suited for those, and that lends itself to a lot of flooring, other interior renovations, some additions, that sort
Sure.
of thing.
Sure. How many crews do you have?
I have about 35 employees right now,
Okay.
probably
Wow.
another 15 to 20 subcontractors that are either every day or very often. So we're on
Okay.
about 30 to 40 job sites per day.
Wow.
Transform a lot of homes in Jacksonville.
Yeah, how do you for culture how do you keep it all together with all those, you got the subcontractors, hey, you got to do it this way, right? The right way, the Greystone way. How do you-
Yes,
how do you
absolutely.
do
I mean,
that?
communication is key, setting expectations.
Okay.
But having a great company culture, I think, is, really working with my team, with the people, and just having managers that have the same management style or
Okay.
approach, values, and just being sure that we're always putting that customer experience first, because we're here effectively to improve their lives. They've got something about their home that's not working, that they don't like. In many cases, people have saved up 20 years for this
Right.
kind of a project, and it's just quite an honor to, be invited in to take on such
Yeah.
a invasive and personal
Yeah.
sort of a project. We're effectively being paid to come in and destroy the middle of your home.
Right.
So,
Right.
so we got to try
You
to.
need any demo guys? I got a little side hustle. I'm only a bartender.
We've got an opening.
Okay, good. That's great.
Martin
Jeff.
Appliance, I now recognize your name. I've heard Martin Appliance in your name for
Oh, yeah.
a lot of years, actually.
Absolutely. No
Yeah,
doubt
yeah, it's
about it.
kind of grew from there. I mean, I
Yeah.
saw a need. People would come into the showroom and they'd need a cooktop for countertops. It would
Yeah.
be back in 2004, 2005,
Yeah.
and then they'd come back in a couple of weeks later and ask if we had a cooktop 1 inch bigger.
Yeah.
That hole in that countertop had been cut the wrong size. And I mean, about the 5th time I heard that, I thought it can't be that hard. I need to figure out a little more about
At least
this.
get it done in 2 trucks.
There's a need here that's not being filled,
Yeah,
so
no doubt.
it kind of grew from that.
That's great. Great to have you on the show. Carlos Pagan's back from iHeartRadio. How are you, my man? Or iHeartMedia, I should say. You had a very successful festival at St. Augustine, and you got more on the horizon as well.
Yes, sir. I am Carlos Pagan. I am your media consultant for iHeartMedia, and we are masters in the game of putting your name in front of the right people. Either it's podcasting, if it's radio, if it's TV. So we deliver your message to in front of the people that needs to be heard in order for you to get more business done.
Right. How long, with terrestrial radio, as they call it, will that always be, be the driving force even 30 years down the road, 50 years down the road? Will it be all podcasting? And
Here, I mean, it's a reality that radio has been a solid stone foundation in what our communications here in the United States, pretty much in the world, right? But the digital world is coming in heavy. For a matter of fact, last year was the first time that OTT or smart TV outnumbered the reach in the cable TV.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
Actually, FIS just noted that online sales surpassed in-store point of sales last year.
Yeah.
And
Totally right.
Yeah, so.
They advertise, for example, I just released an article that I read somewhere. Podcast advertiser, people who invest in podcasts, which is also another digital form of audio.
Absolutely, yeah.
For every dollar that they invest, they get back from $2 to $4 back.
Yeah.
So that happening is also on the radio, right?
Yeah.
The radio right now is transforming from normal broadcasting to what is streaming. Streaming what is called your Alexas, your Siri, your phones.
Yeah.
So this is going there. It's maybe I don't know if 10 years is going to be the time frame, but we're definitely walking in that direction in all of our assets.
And with technology, I keep hearing 2D to 3D, right? The internet's going to 3D. Eventually it'll be, who knows, from there. But
actually, all of technology, all of your local public broadcast stations that used to be in all these cities are actually out of a data center right here in Jacksonville, most of them.
Yeah.
Most people don't realize that it's all broadcast from here now. So,
Right.
Or through here, right?
Yeah.
So
But the
technology
internet's
changed
the same,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Completely interactive is what's on the horizon.
Right, very immersive content where you feel like you're right there without having to put goggles on or anything
Exactly.
like that, right?
Right.
It seems like it's coming.
Closer than you would imagine.
Right, which brings security even more. I mean, I have many people out here in technology talking about security and just how dangerous and it's scary. It's scary out there.
It absolutely is.
Especially with AI coming.
And it's scary for companies of one person or 100,000 people. It doesn't matter the size of the company. Cybersecurity needs to be at the forefront of every decision you make and every conversation that you have. It has to be included.
Yeah, and have everybody on the same page, because I always hear all it takes is one employee or one person to hit the wrong thing and.
You know, on top of the digital world, how it's affecting in every single way. That we a couple of months did a concert. It was 100% virtual, so you could be in anywhere in the world. You had your goggles, and you were if it was like the experience, like you were right there with the performer. So this is affecting.
I'm working with a group
iteration.
that's recreating Woodstock. You're gonna be able to go through the internet and walk around, go into different tents of different artists and see shows and all types of stuff.
Kind of like that Van Gogh virtual event,
right.
right?
That's down here. Cool. Absolutely. Jeff, how about you guys? How do you stay on top of the competition, man? How do you guys? Obviously, quality of work, word of mouth is still, I gotta believe, one of the best ways to get the word out there, other than sitting here at this bar, of course. But right, but how do you? Nice plug. How do you stay on top of the game, man?
Well, I think definitely providing good customer experience, word of mouth referral, is the best form of advertisement. And I think what impresses people about us, the consistent feedback or compliment that I will get is about our team, is about every person that came to my house from Greystone. I was impressed by, or I liked, or I saw that they did a great job or cleaned up after themselves. So having good people, especially in the construction industry, and as we're vetting maybe a new team member or a new subcontractor, just being sure that we explain very clearly, look, we're working in people's homes. This isn't a job site. This is not a new construction house.
Sure.
We're being invited to their home. So if you're invited to someone's home, you call on the way, tell them you're coming. Clean up after yourself. All of those sorts of finer skills. So being sure that our team understands what we're entrusted with. Often, especially before COVID, everyone's at the office and we've got a lockbox on the door, and so we're coming and going as we please in the home by ourselves. And so having confidence and trust in the people that we have. And our clients being able to feel that.
Trust is key. I mean, especially for everybody at this bar, right? That your customer, even your employees, that they trust you, right?
Absolutely.
You're gonna do the right thing.
Yeah.
And when you do the right thing, then it should trickle down to them doing the right thing. Kind of like a football team.
That's
right? Starts up
You know,
top.
you know a thing or two.
Right?
And it does.
It is correct.
No,
And it
it's
does.
true. I mean,
It
it's
is
funny.
true.
We talk about all these different businesses here on the show, but it's like a wedding ring. It's the same. It keeps going around. Sports, business, life, right? If you
Different form of team.
different form of team, absolutely.
Yep. Create a structure out of it, right?
Yeah, and have that culture and make sure everyone's following it. And
That's it.
if you don't follow it, like in the NFL, your ass is out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually,
That
that's
is-
But
what-
to his point, trust is the
Trust is
cornerstone.
cool. Yeah. All kidding aside, trust.
I
is
met a gentleman last night. My wife had a work function. I was going to pick her up, and he was sitting at the bar. They talked for just a little bit. He was a successful businessman in town, and IT staffing actually had done very, very well. And I said, yeah, well, you know, what's your trick, Ben? You know, what's the secret? And he said, I hire really smart people, and I stay out of their way.
Yeah.
And it's about
Yeah.
developing a team and then letting them shine. You know, not
serving that team.
exactly
Definitely.
supporting. So
Huge.
that is my goal at this stage, is to be sure that I'm supporting my team. And so before, where I may have been involved in everything as we were growing, now it's all right. Let's be sure that things continue operating, because I want to go on a vacation.
Yeah.
You know, I'll
right.
be gone for
Yeah,
a
you
week
got a
or
life
two at a
too,
time.
absolutely,
Yeah, so
right.
you've got to know that
Gotta be in good hands.
that nothing needs to be different during that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So supporting the team is. So
Well, I think with any leadership, you got to serve. Because if they do well, you do well, and then everybody's happy.
Absolutely.
That's an identity shift a lot of people struggle with too. Going from being the guy that's doing it all to being the leader leading
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
right? I see a lot of that in the coaching idea,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Well, even with
shifts.
coaching,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm talking sports. Like
Yeah.
you have a player. A lot of times, these great players. They don't
Yeah.
make great coaches because they can't relate to the guys that aren't great
Bring 'em along.
players.
Right.
So they got the guys that are really good players that you need, the glue. They sometimes can't relate to those guys or people. So it's hard to get them.
The coach can't just yank the quarterback in and say, "I'm playing this play."
Right.
Well,
Stink today.
I'll
Sit
do it
down.
myself.
well, it's taking his ego out of it,
Yeah,
right?
no,
He's got to take his identity out of
Yeah.
that.
The ego's
and,
huge.
that
Gotta have
is
a little
the
bit
big
of
one.
swag.
Yeah.
But you can't let the ego run it.
Yes.
Because
No.
then you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Fellas, great job, man. Great
Yes.
to have you on the show.
Good stuff.
Appreciate it. All the best, of course. That'll do it for us this time around. Hey, make sure you check out all their great profiles. This conversation, many of other awesome conversations we have right here at the bar on the Horse's Mouth. Just visit iwannabuzz.com. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on the Horse's Mouth.
All right.
Cheers.